Hi, Kerry Garrison with 888 VoIP Store, and today I want to show you the Panasonic decked phones. Now, what I've got here is the TGP 550. There's also a 500 series, and I'll talk about the difference in just a moment. But basically what we end up with is a wireless handset, and this is Panasonic quality. This is going to have a very familiar feel to anybody who's had Panasonic wireless phones in the past. It's got a nice big display, big large keys. I don't fat finger it when I dial. A couple things I really like about the decked that's being used in here is, first off, decked is very battery friendly. So you get a lot of standby time and a lot of talk time. Now, I've actually been using this phone for several months, and this base little charging station sits in my living room, and this is my primary living room phone. Now, what I'll do is, typically at the beginning of the week, I'll take it off and I'll put it on the ottoman in front, and I don't need to charge it till the next weekend. So I get almost a full week of standby time with some light use on it. Now, your mileage is going to vary depending on how much you actually use it, but you can expect some really amazing battery life on this thing. Now, in terms of base stations, there's two different base stations available. The TGP 550 is a complete desk phone. It's got all the keys, the LCD screen, and all that. It's a wired desk phone. Now, what's kind of neat about using the desk phone is it has keys at the top here so that you can very quickly page or call one of the handsets. And when you do that, what's actually kind of neat in a small business, if you get a handful of these handsets, you can set them up to each of the 6 keys on here and transfer calls directly to them with just one key. So for a small business environment, this can be a really handy little way of going. The receptionist can get this one and just very easily transfer calls to the handsets. Now, the other model, the TGP 500, is just a standard base station. There's no key set to it. There's no handset or speaker or anything. It's just a small box that acts as the transmitter. As I said, you can have up to 6 of the cordless stations with either of the base stations. That gives you a lot of flexibility. Now, you can only have 3 calls going at the same time, but you can have multiple handsets that are all registered. It can support up to 8 different phone numbers, so you can have multiple extensions on here. Every one of these can be its own extension. They can be set to the same extension, that you can set what extension is dialing in and what it uses for the dial out. Let's take a look at some of the specs. As I said, it's expandable to 6 cordless handsets, supports 8 phone numbers, 3 simultaneous calls, all the standard codecs, including wideband audio with G722, large backlit LCD on handset and base unit, a handset call button on the base unit for paging, very nice, elegant, simple design, supports all your standard VoIP technologies, SIP, works with Asterisk, works with 3CX, Trixbox CE, Trixbox Pro, SwitchVox, codecs, G722, G711, G726, and G729. It can be provisioned through HTTP, HTTPS, TFTP, and through its own web configuration. It's got built-in support for QoS, and it has a full duplex hands-free speakerphone, 2.5mm headset jack. You can group the handsets for receiving calls, redial, do not disturb, anonymous call rejection, busy lamp field, calling party and name presentation, call rejection, DTMF dialing during a call, local 3-way conferencing, call transfer, call hold, call forwarding, call waiting, distinctive ring, and ringtone selection. So it's a really full-featured solution here with the convenience of being wireless. So if you're looking for a good wireless solution, it's really hard to go wrong with the Panasonic TGP 500 and 550, simply because the range on this is outstanding, the battery life is outstanding, the call quality is outstanding, and it's got Panasonic build quality to it. So check these out here at 888 VoIP Store, Panasonic TGP 500 and the TGP 550. This has been Kerry Garrison with 888 VoIP Store. Thanks for watching.